How often are there 3 days in a row with a video coming out of this channel? Not very often. But I thought it'd be interesting to do a little deeper dive in both why and how I'm going to be doing the carnivore diet for at least the next 2 weeks. And we'll kind of do some inventory after the 2 weeks and see if I want to adjust anything, if I want to keep doing it all together, how I feel, that kind of stuff. But first and foremost, I want to emphasize the fact that I'm not jumping into this cold turkey. If you're following me, you know this. The way I've been eating from the beginning of the summer until now has been almost every month evolving. So I started doing keto when I weighed 240 some odd pounds, but it was more dirty keto. I drank as much diet soda as I wanted. I drank way too much energy drinks. I had sweet and low, all kinds of junk. And I had lost some weight. And in July, I decided to go clean as far as the foods go. I joined ButcherBox. I started doing almost all of my shopping at Whole Foods. So I did all grass-finished meats, good eggs, all that good stuff. Still was doing diet soda and things like that. And then in August, I actually just got rid of aspartame out of my life completely, changed over to stevia, and that was the next evolution. And I want a new challenge now that we're in September, and I think the next evolution is carnivore. I'm only eliminating nuts, salads, some vegetables, and stevia, because I am not doing any artificial sweeteners as we go through this. So I'm going to kind of tell you my rules over the next 2 weeks, which of course we'll take a look at those then. But first and foremost, the carnivore diet is, with a couple exceptions for me, I am going to do grass-finished beef, non-GMO organic chicken, organic free-range eggs, uncured bacon, natural seafood like shrimp and lobster and salmon and what other stuff there. Water. I'm going to be drinking both sparkling water, maybe mineral water, and regular water. The sparkling water may have some natural flavors in it, but that's about the only, no sweeteners at all. And then small amount of dairy. Of course, you know how much I love grass-fed butter. That ain't going away. And maybe a little cheese here and there, maybe putting it on some ground beef or on a chicken or something like that. I got rid of, one of the hardest things I've ever done, even switching from diet soda to Zevia soda, not doing that anymore. This is my new best friend, sparkling water or regular water, and I've been doing that for a full day. Wow. But the cool thing is it's fine. And then so no artificial sweeteners. Now, the couple things I will allow myself to have that is not animal is organic coffee, which I did complete. That was another evolution. I went from regular coffee to only organic whole bean coffee. And I will allow MCT oil, which is not really from animal kingdom. That's from coconut oil. And then also apple cider vinegar. So those are my 3 exceptions to the rules. It's still incredibly strict. And again, I emphasize artificial sweeteners, done. Now, there is a fasting piece too. So I have rules to how I'm fasting. Now I'm thinking of, I've learned a lot about your circadian rhythm, the 24-hour cycle. And I also learned that even though there's no calories in it, when you have your first cup of coffee, even though it's black with no artificial sweetener, your body starts to generate some of the enzymes for metabolic processes from many of the things that I've heard. And I was fascinated by so many things that I've seen, or listened to on YouTube or read about the carnivore diet, how it's changed people's lives, but also about timing of food and intermittent fasting. So with that in mind, my eating window, meaning I'm actually eating stuff or putting stuff in my body that has calories, is going to be a general 6-hour window, and it's loose, either like 9 to 3 or 10 to 4. Like right now on Tuesday it's 10:24. I just had some eggs and bacon as my first, but my window of not just having water is going to be 12 hours. So I did have coffee at 4 this morning, which means my last calorie will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So even though that's not really in my eating window and that's not caloric, I'm going to be strict with that too. So if I have coffee at 4, I'm not having any calories after 4, and after 4, it's only water. So that's incredibly another strict thing, that fasting window, that feeding window. I'm going to do that 5 days out of the week. The other 2 days, which would be days that I have to go into the office. Tomorrow, for instance, I'm not working at home where I have as much control over things. I'm going to switch to a sort of a OMAD protocol, I suppose you can say, where I have keto coffee or bulletproof coffee, which coffee, MCT oil, and that's where the 2 days a week I'll have MCT oil, and grass-fed butter that I will sip on throughout the day. And then when I come home from the office, which is a little later, so the window timing is not going to be the same as the other 5, I will have one meal. And so I'm going to be doing that this week, tomorrow, and on Saturday. Next week we'll see how the schedule goes. But yeah, generally I'm 2 days in an office, 3 days at home, and of course 2 days off. And of course, when I'm at home and those days off, I have a lot more control over what I can cook. I have my Brava, I have all my meat. So that is how I'm going to attack these next 2 weeks. What am I going to measure? That's a great question. Obviously, weight. I measured my weight the day before yesterday. I was 215.2. And I love that it uploads all the stuff to the app from that scale. I'm also going to be obviously testing blood glucose and ketones, and then the glucose ketone index, which I talk about that number a lot. I might do a separate video more in depth on what that means. If you're in ketosis, you hopefully should know what that means or can look it up. And then, of course, blood pressure as well. So those are the things I'm going to measure. I am going to update weekly for now, and until I make any drastic changes or I decide to go back to keto. But I'm excited about seeing what these next 2 weeks bring me. I will tell you this. Today, I woke up after being so sluggish yesterday, after my first full day of keto, and there's not a whole lot of transition again because it's only a slight adjustment to what I have been doing. I have been in such a great mood today and so energetic, which over the last few days I have not been. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm excited. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing results on a vlog type thing once a week, along with the forward motion video. So if you want to see what I'm doing day to day, obviously you can tune in there, but I will do weekly wrap-ups and I will check my weight. And again, in 2 weeks we will revisit these rules and see exactly if we are going to adjust any of them, be more strict or be a little looser. Have yourself a great one.